So this is a video about how to wash your horn. So first step is to take out all of your valves. First step in taking out your valves is to unscrew these valve caps and then just pull the thing out. If your valves are out of your horn, set them aside on a towel. Just make sure you don't set it anywhere that could get knocked around. Continue on with the rest of the valves, just unscrewing at the base and then setting them aside. Once these are all off your horn, make sure that you take the springs out. A lot of times this gets forgotten and then you lose a spring somewhere in the shower. Once the springs are out, you can undo these base caps and then take any of the other slides out. Once you take all of your slides out, also set them down on the same towel, and then once you are done, your towel should look something like this. Just take a look at this so you can see if yours looks any different. All instruments should have 3 valves, 3 caps, 3 springs. Once everything is out, it'll look like this. It's just kind of like a little shell of a horn, and then you can take your horn polish and just take a little bit or a lot of it and then put it in a good layer. It doesn't have to be a thick layer, but also don't really make it too thin or else you're not really going to, polish it. But here's my layer, and then I kind of just put it everywhere and I put it in the bell. Make sure that you really kind of work on those hardened spit spots, and then put your stuff away and take this into your shower. Once your polish is on, you can take it into the shower to wash it off. I am standing pretty far back from my horn only because I have clothes on and I don't really want to get wet. I don't really think that will be a problem if you are also showering. Here I am putting water into the bell of the horn, and I kind of shake it around to make sure it gets all in the little tubes and stuff, and then take it all out. Here I am, and I'm just kind of rubbing my hand all through the bell of the horn to kind of get all the polish off. And then one more tippity turn, and there's the water. And I just included this one because I think it's fun when I pour the water out. There we go. Okay, once you don't see any more polish on your horn, go ahead and turn the water off. Here's a look at the horn. And this is the horn straight out of the shower. Pretty. Once that is also clean, go ahead and take your towel. This one's a microfiber towel. Yours doesn't have to be microfiber. It can be a regular towel. It can be an old t-shirt, and wipe it off. I forgot a little bit of polish, so just go ahead and wipe that off too. And here you can see that I didn't really get all of this hardened on spit out of it, and so I'm going to go back through and I'm going to polish it. Now, polish doesn't always have to be rinsed off. You can also do a thing called dry polishing. So that's just adding polish and then wiping it off. Now I'm just going ahead and wiping down all of the valves. This is just to get all the dirt out. Here I have a clean towel, and then you can see how dirty this one valve was. There you go. Gross. That's why your valves are sticky. So here's a slide, and I'm going to also wipe this down with the other side of the towel. Maybe it wasn't the other side of the towel. Either way, look how dirty it was. After I go ahead and I wipe down the valves, I go to the sink and I put a little bit of soap on my hand. Dawn dish soap works the best, and I just kind of wipe it all down. And I do my best to get it inside, and then I will fill it up with water and dump it out. I do this about several times until all the soap is gone. So after the horn is all dry, it should look like this. Now it's time to put the slides in. Here's my tuning grease. Make sure you don't use valve oil for this. Make sure you use grease. Sometimes it can look like chapstick, and sometimes it can look like tuning slide, but it's thicker. So I put it on each of these caps before I screw them on so that I can get them off easily. I go ahead and I put the springs in, and now it's time for me to oil my valves. So you don't really need a lot of valve oil. I see a lot of people soaking their valves in this, and you really don't need to do that. So I find the one on each corresponding valve, and I line it up with the one on the valve spot. And boom. I guess these are keys. So I line up the keys. Each of these has a track in it, so it won't let you push it down until you find the correct track. So you put it in, and you turn it until you find where it finally gets to put down, and then you can screw it in. Here I am greasing these are the valves. Now I'm greasing the valves. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking until I finish greasing these valves, so until then, enjoy my senior performance of Gregor Fritz's euphemistic dance. This right here was me showing you that if it doesn't go in all the way, then it's flipped around backwards, so you have to go ahead and flip it around. So here's the finished horn. Once I finished up, I noticed that there was a little bit of water, so I wiped that off, and we're done.